everyone, this is Leslie with the Plaid Poodle. Thanks for joining me today. A video or so ago I demonstrated this cute little congrats card, 4x4 square congrats card, and I mentioned the coordinating envelope that I made using simple little copy machine paper or printer paper, whatever you call it. So I thought I'd share with you today how I did that. I used the envelope punch board. I'm going to pull the camera out a little bit so you can see. I used the envelope punch board, and I determined on here, since my card was 4x4, actually it's 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, that the best between 4x4 inch card and a 4 1/2 by 4 1/2 card, I determined that a 7 inch by 7 inch piece of paper would work, and the score line would be 3 1/2, or the punch line. So I'm lining up my copy paper at the 3 1/2 inch mark, and you punch, and then the envelope punch board comes with this handy dandy scoring tool, score. And then now I'm just going to go around and line up the score line with this little pointer. Score guide is the technical term for it. And each time I'm punching and scoring. And these envelope punch boards are very simple to follow. The directions are right on the board. You don't lose them. They're always with you. And there's a gazillion different dimensions. Now, I like to round my corners of my envelopes. Sometimes you might want it to be a crisp V or whatever, but I like to round them. And we're going to set that aside, and then just fold on those score lines and score with your scoring blade, scoring tool. It's not really a bone folder, but it acts as one. And then just adhere the envelope by placing a little adhesive on each edge of the sides, making sure not to get the inside of the envelope because you don't want your card to stick to the inside. And that's your envelope. Cute. Now there's different weights and brightnesses of printer paper, copy machine paper. This is, I would probably use a heavier weight next time. And I thought I had some, but of course couldn't find it. Okay, now for the liner that I used that coordinates with the DSP. In fact, it's the opposite side of the designer series paper that I used on the front of the card. I have taken a piece of, I think this is 3 1/2 by 3 1/2 inch square, and how I determined what size I needed is I went from the top of the envelope, I lined my ruler up right up at the top, and then went to the score line. And that's my measure, 3 1/2. So that's what size of square I needed. I hope that makes sense. So if your envelope's bigger, you would, use a bigger square. Then I line the paper up right at the edge at 3 1/2. So I've got a little punch there. Now I'm going to flip it over, and on the diagonal of that, I'm going to line it up at 3 1/2. So I've got the two sides that are going to go, they're just kind of rounded. Does that make sense? And I don't really need to round that corner, but I am going to round the top corner. And we're done with the punch board. And now it might make a little bit more sense. But see how that slips in there? And you've got the rounded corner right there, so it's nice and finished. And there I was showing you the opposite side of the designer series paper. And I want to use the coordinating or the opposite side for my envelope. So I'm going to line that up right there with the center of my envelope and just put a little fast fuse. It doesn't take much. You don't have to do, have overkill. You just need it to lay flat. You could also use a little multi-purpose liquid glue. And then now see, I didn't line it up perfectly in the middle. There we go. That's a little bit nicer, I think. So there, and then you're going to want to fold it on the crease or the score line at the top and use your bone folder. And there you go. Then your little card can slip right in there, and you've made a custom and it's plenty big for all of these embellishments. Nice little custom size envelope. So anyway, I highly recommend the envelope punch board because you can save yourself a lot of time and money, and to finish off your projects and to make those cards that you've spent so much time on, the recipient has an extra special little surprise when they open the envelope. So anyway, thank you all for joining me in today's video, and for more ideas and inspiration for paper crafting, visit my blog, theplaidpoodle.com. Thank you, and I'll talk to you again. Bye-bye.